Chinese newspaper Global Times takes to Twitter to call it a crazy move, while Chinese foreign minister expresses negative sentiment implying that the sudden restrictions on Chinese diplomats in the US might further escalate tensions between the two countries. As US goes a step ahead and asks China to close its Consulate General in Houston. US has asked China to close its consulate in Houston in 72 hours. Hu Xijin, editor-in-chief of China's state-run Global Times, in a tweet said, "The US asked China to close Consulate General in Houston in 72 hours. This is a crazy move." Earlier in the day, US media had reported that police and fire officials in Houston responded to reports that documents were being burned in courtyard of Consulate General of China in Houston. Relations between US and China have worsened in recent times over a range of issues. In response, China is calling on the United States to immediately abolish the decision to close China's Consulate General in the city of Houston. The Foreign Ministry's spokesperson, Wang Wenbin, said on Wednesday, US imposed restrictions on Chinese diplomats to the US in October 2019 and June 2020 and also opened Chinese diplomatic bags on many occasions. The decision to close the Chinese Consulate General in Houston is an unprecedented escalation of its moves against China. This is a US unilateral political provocation. It is a grave violation of the international law. The key regulations related to international relations in the bilateral consular agreement between China and the US. China firmly condemns this revolting and unjustified move, undermining the Chinese-US relations. China calls on the US to immediately abolish this erroneous decision, Wang said at a briefing. If the decision is not cancelled, China will certainly retaliate, the diplomat warned. China's move to impose national security law in Hong Kong, its human rights violation in Xinjiang and territorial aggression in South China Sea have all drawn fierce criticism from Washington, accusing China of bullying smaller countries. U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper on Tuesday vowed to deter against China's coercive behavior in the South China Sea.